everyone. Today we're going to be doing a simple demo that explains the concept of density. So here we have 2 cups filled with 300 milliliters of tap water. So in this cup we have, again, 300 milliliters of tap water with 3 drops of blue food coloring. In this one here, we have 300 milliliters of tap water with 3 drops of green food coloring as well as 1 tablespoon of sea salt. The control for this experiment is the temperature of the water. Both of these samples of water are at room temperature. What we're going to do now is see what happens when we pour the salt water into this half of the container and the fresh water into this half of the container. I will then lift this divider and we'll see what happens when the two come together. Let's find out. We're going to pour in the fresh water on one side and the salt water on the other side. Make sure to hold the divider down tightly, otherwise it'll start to bleed onto the other side. Now we're going to lift the divider and see where the fresh water and where the salt water moves. Here we go, slowly. So as you can see, there's a lot of movement of the colored water, and we can see that slowly the salt water is starting to sink to just the bottom, whereas the fresh water is floating on top. You can see that a clear line has developed between the salt water, that's the green at the bottom, and the fresh water, which is the blue at the top. So why did this happen? Well, because we added salt to the tap water and made it salt water, the density increased. And because the fresh water still has that lower density, it's able to float on top.
Here is an example of how this concept of density is seen in the real world. We can see here that there is a river entering the ocean. So here we can see some discoloration in the water. So that water right there is the river water, which is less dense because it is fresh water floating on top of the more dense ocean water.